How you doing, guys? Welcome to this video about this Abt Audi TT Mark 1. I'm here with the owner, Lee. He's actually thinking of selling this one, which is kind of the reason we're doing this video now, because if I don't do this now, I might not get another chance to drive one of these. So we're going to take you for a little spin, we're going to talk you through it. If there's still a link in the video description to Auto Trader, then it's still for sale. If it isn't, he's either been sensible and kept it, or he's managed to get good money for it and sold it. Anyway, right, let's go for a drive.
There you go. Seat on me.
Oh yeah, a bit of heated seat. Let's do that. Yeah. Test that out. That's an essential part of the road test.
It's funny. There's little things on this car still surprise you, don't they? You think they're ancient, but actually,
no,
it's funny.
They're well up on technology. Let's just check that we're in view on the old GoPro. Yeah, you can see us. Lighting's not the best. Apologies. Oh, we've been putting the wheels to rights while we were servicing it. Interestingly, we have just done full service on it. We've done the most important item on the service. The cam belt has been sorted. I'm just going to get myself comfortable. There we go. So we've got this nicely retrimmed steering wheel. So obviously this isn't how it left the factory.
Correct.
You've had quite a bit done to it. What's been done?
Okay, all right. So respray was done by my predecessor.
Okay.
Kevin.
Yeah. So they took it from the Imola yellow to this. What did you say it was?
This
a Ferrari?
Ferrari green.
Ferrari green, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Which we don't associate Ferrari with green. Normally red, yellow, and blue. But yeah, this is a very rare green.
That single wiper conversion is really cool.
It is short shift gear stick.
Yeah.
Obviously, which you're aware about. What else has been done to the car? So I had it retrimmed by Dave the Trimmer in near Cranfield.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks really cool with this modern sort of hexagonal stitching.
With a quilted.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and it's nice because you've gone half leather, half, was it Alcantara?
Alcantara. Yeah, that's right.
So it just holds you nicely rather than sliding around.
I've always liked the Alcantara in the car, but
quite a nice little touch that. And then other than that, it seems to be this is far from a standard Mark 1, and we'll talk through those differences in a minute, but in terms of how it left the factory from Abt, it's mainly interior and the colour that's different, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, so for the purists out there, sorry it's not Imola yellow, and sorry we've not got the yellow detail on the seats, but I think it looks really cool with the green. It's a loud colour and it's a loud car. It's it's a very leery car. People see this coming past, I bet they take plenty of double takes and
some head turning, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the wide arches, it's like, wow.
Well, we were saying, weren't we, back there, that it's similar to the Porsche. When you look into the mirror, you see that rear quarter, and you do get that feeling.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
very individual
view.
Yeah.
I love it.
Life in your hands, Bryn.
Yeah, we'll be careful. Yeah. We'll be careful. But yeah, so the major changes on the ABT, and I'm far from an authority on this, okay? Until this summer, I'd not actually worked on one. The one that I was working on was one of his others. He's a bit greedy. There's 10 wide bodies, and you've been owner of 3?
I have 3 at one time, yeah.
That's just greedy. That's just greedy.
Sorry.
So you had an Imola yellow one, which I worked on earlier this year.
Yep.
You've got this one, and you had
liquid yellow.
Renault liquid yellow resprayed one.
That's right.
But that's now
that was bought by a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He was craving something different.
Yeah.
And I happened to have that for sale.
It's definitely different.
Yes. That's lovely. And he looks after. It's gone in.
Yeah, I've seen it
to the right hands. Actually, I'm really pleased that Mick bought that car.
I actually saw that at Audi's in the Park.
Yep.
Whenever the last time we went was. Yeah, it looks stunning in the flesh. It was amazing.
He's done that car justice. He really has.
It's very nice. So from factory, ABT, Abt. I always say ABT. A lot of people say Abt. I don't know what the proper way of doing it is.
Well, it's a family name, so it's Abt.
Abt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm simpleton. I say ABT. But yeah. So from the Abt factory, we got a wide body kit. We got custom front bumper, custom rear wing, custom rear diffuser, custom exhaust, So you've got that quad tip exhaust, which is set up wider than the normal position,
That's right.
allowing room for that big carbon diffuser. It was on coilovers from factory.
Yeah.
I don't know what brand they were on.
No, I'm not sure if it was Bilstein or what, but
Not
yeah,
sure. At the minute it's on IBAX.
Yeah.
It's got massive brakes, massive Brembos on the front. I don't even know what size they are, but they're sitting behind those massive deep dish 5-spoke signature alloys, which just look amazing. They really show off the massive brakes. We will test the brakes when there's not people sat right behind us. We'll test the power a little bit as well, but I'm just conscious that there's a bit of history with these killing engines. In 2022, we're well aware that 300 horsepower on a standard engine is really pushing the limits, and these left the factory with
310.
So yeah.
Well, this one, Bryn, had a new engine at 35,000 miles.
Oh yeah, so it killed it quickly.
Yeah, they've done it quite quickly. And then this has had a replacement engine 7,000 miles ago.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay,
So this one should be good to go for a little while.
Yeah.
If the other one managed, by my calculations, 140-ish
Something like
thousand.
that. Yeah,
it's
that's
not bad
right.
going on a little 1.8 engine with big power.
Great.
So they also stuck a different turbo on to get that extra power. They didn't do anything on the engine internals, which is the problem.
Yeah, I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah, but then in 2002, there was only a handful of people that had really been tuning these at that point and pushing the limits, because at that point it was a new car, it was an expensive car. Whereas now you pick them up for 1,500 quid, you slap a massive turbo on it, stick forward rods in it, and you're happy. 500 brake horsepower. Woo!
Well, that's what you do over the weekend, Bryn.
Yeah, exactly.
I have other things to do, but yeah.
Slap it together, yeah. But no, so from factory to have, I say factory, yeah, they bought them over as a batch and then just, in-house, went crazy. The seats definitely heat. They definitely do, that's nice. Okay.
Got through.
Yeah, that's I'll turn mine off, get a roasting bum. But yeah, I mean, it's a wicked place to be.
Still
especially
feels tight,
with this,
doesn't it?
yeah, it feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I'm conscious that there's a bit too many cars on the road, really. At the minute.
We haven't timed it very well, really. Have
No, but that's not what cars like this are about now. Anyway, when these came out, this was a wow, 300 horsepower, scream it. But now, 300 horsepower is commonplace in cars anyway. It's not about that. It's about the whole theatre of the whole car, isn't it?
Well, Bryn, this was £55,000 new. This car. When you consider now the TTRS is something about 60, I believe.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
So
that.
this
not too far off.
And this was back then.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy numbers, isn't it? But it's because it's all bespoke. I mean, to do a run of 10. But interesting, you were saying, so the guy that bought your last one, did he have something to do with buying the moulds for?
He's got
these
for the carbon fibre.
The carbon fibre.
Okay,
cool.
so for the splitter,
Yeah.
diffuser. Yeah, so he
Okay.
bought it, and I think he's really keen from when they first came out.
Yeah.
He's wanted one ever since. He had
So you made his dreams come true.
correct. He had a Speedline one.
Right.
So without the wide
Without the wide body,
etc.
yes, yeah.
And sadly wrote that off. So
Because it's worth it. There was quite a few of those Speedline non-wide bodies. They didn't have the power and they didn't have the wide body. They were just
Correct.
a bit of kit, weren't they?
Yeah,
A bit of body
that's
kit on
right.
them. And often people confuse those with these.
Yep.
Somehow. I mean, wide body is pretty obvious whether it's got it or not, isn't it?
Certainly
We'll
is.
spin round at this roundabout because hopefully we get a good shot back at this.
Okay.
At the nice road. But yeah, so he bought that because he was in love with them, and you helped him live his dream. We know where a few of the others are, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I've been hunting them down for the last few years to find out, where they are, where they exist. I mean, rumour has it there's about 6 left on the road.
Well, because so we know about this one, the liquid one that Mick's got, and the one that you just sold. So that's 3.
Just sold, yeah.
There's one a guy bought recently that was a pace car for a racetrack.
Okay.
So I've seen that on the forums recently.
Right.
I know there's a guy up in Scotland that's got a yellow one.
I've seen that. Yeah, registration P26, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. And then
I understand that the CEO
yes,
of VAG
Yeah.
UK?
Yes. Yeah.
Has
UK,
one in his collection, right? In his stable.
I believe so.
I have not got that verified, but that's what I've heard. So
yeah, I've
another
heard
one
that from a few sources.
Yeah.
So that gets us up to 6. Yeah.
Well, if anyone could shed any light on it.
Yeah, by all means, if you're aware of these cars,
Yeah.
if you know what they're about, if you know a bit of the history, then please pile into the comments below. Let's get a discussion going about these, because it's not like we're saying we want to know people's postcodes or where they are or anything like that. It's just nice to know, you know, this was one of 10. Is it now one of 6, 7, 8? It'd be nice
Sure.
to know. I've not seen any reports, so it's certainly, these have only been on my radar for, let's say, the last 8 years. In that time, I've not seen, and I'm pretty active across most social media, forums and things like that. I've not seen reports of one being smashed up, crashed or anything like that. So, fingers crossed, yeah, that hasn't happened.
Sure.
And hopefully that's not going to happen right now. No, it won't. So, we can assume that, yeah, a few more killed engines, didn't they? Let's face it, we know that happened because your other one had a different engine.
Yeah, that had a BAM engine in it. Didn't it?
No, that had an APX engine, didn't it?
Sorry, APX.
Yeah, it was built off a BAM, but yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
So I'm just enjoying the drive now. Bit of power. It's got some, and actually it's a really nice power delivery. That wasn't like a stab in the back. That was just a nice linear pull. But obviously they had to limit the torque. I think they were aware 300 foot-pounds would bend the rods.
Well, I think that was the main failure, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But so the way that pulled down, the way that put the power down, wasn't like a quick kick in the back. That was just a nice steady pull through.
Any torque steer?
No,
You feel it right?
it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. I mean, it's 4-wheel drive. We shouldn't have to test it out because I'm not going to be hammering it that hard. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit wet now. We've got some nice wide tyres though, haven't we? What are they?
Oh, you've lost
On
me
the
out.
back.
I haven't done my research. I think they're
I think there were
275 on the back.
Yeah, I think there were 245 at the front, weren't they?
295, 285, 295.
Yeah, they're massive. They're ridiculously big. Massive wide wheels on the back. That's why they've got the big arches, isn't it? For all that, all that rubber, and just the aggressive DTM look. As I said to you earlier, when I was like, it just screams race car. Especially with this single wiper. Every time I use that, I'm like, I just feel like a big kid. It's really cool, and it's handling nicely. It's not too crashy. You can happily daily this if you wanted to.
Do you know, Bryn, it was really nice today to get the car up on the ramp to see it underneath.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you haven't had a look under the car for maybe a couple of years or so, or a year and a half, just a bit get that reassurance.
Yeah.
Things are looking good under there.
Yeah. So
when you bring an old car,
in my opinion, it's not factory fresh. Obviously, it's on 170,000 miles, but I have seen loads in worse condition. Yours is perfectly fine. So you've got bits of rust, which they've all got. Yep. And if anyone tries to sell you a TT and say it's rust free, they either live in America, they've either just completely refurbed it, or they're lying, basically. Because the only places these are rust free, maybe some in Japan and some in America, where there's no elements whatsoever. So anyway, it's got rust in the usual places underneath on all the replaceable components. I just want to put that out there. But all the bushes and everything look fine. You know, nothing looks wrong with it at all underneath there. It's driving nicely. The brakes feel good. I'm going to get to this straight round here and just see what these big calipers feel like. Here we go, a bit of straight. Let's. Oh yeah, that stops. That's good. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, that worked.
They feel good. Yeah, so if you want to buy this, which obviously we mentioned at the beginning of the film, this may still be available, then yeah, by all means, get in touch with Lee, and yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed, put it that way, because it's ready to drive. You know, if this was 30,000 miler, you'd maybe think twice about putting some mileage on it, but with this being 170,000 miles, it's meant to be driven.
Yeah.
Obviously special occasions still, don't just use it as a daily, but yeah, you shouldn't feel worried about pulling it out at the weekend and going for a nice spirited drive, or I mean, I wouldn't want to park it in any car parks because of dings. I'm awful for worried about taking my cars out to public places.
Oh man,
for me, it's go out for a drive, don't stop anywhere other than a petrol station.
That's the problem.
And then drive it home, and then it's safe.
You just can't wait to get back to the car, and you're looking down the side.
Yeah, you're making sure it's all okay. Yeah. But no, so this is the Abt TT. My first drive, very happy. Yeah, I'm very happy that I've managed to drive one in its as close to original state as it needs to be for the purposes of this. Because your other one had a few things changed as well, hadn't it? So that wasn't a full experience of how this would have been leaving the factory, but this now is, with this turbo still on it and the power and everything like that. So yeah, I've actually really enjoyed that. We'll pull it in here to. We're just gonna have a bit more of a chin wag, and he's gonna pay me some money for doing some work. But yeah, honestly, I love it. If I had the money and I didn't mind tying it up in a vehicle, then I would happily own it. Can I reach? Yes, I can. Anything you want to add, Lee, that I've missed?
No, not particularly, Bryn. No, just grateful for you doing the video for me.
Ah,
no, thanks. And
it's been a pleasure.
I'm pleased you've enjoyed the drive as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's because I was interested to see what your reaction was going to be.
Yeah. So I didn't want to hammer it. Didn't want to be disrespectful. But it just drives nice, you know. And especially with how updated the interior is.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a because these were what, 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to be, isn't it?
Yeah. This doesn't feel like a 20-year-old car.
No.
You know, it's. This steering wheel's amazing. I was really conscious I didn't want my ring to catch. I've been holding it like weird.
Well, it's nice because you've got that leather aspect there, and the Alcantara's top.
And the Alcantara really gives you that nice
tactile.
Yeah. That's the way to put it. Yeah, it just feels good. Like your hands can slip around the leather quite nicely, but then when they need to grip, just touch that Alcantara. Same as like why it's in the QS as well. You know, the full Alcantara gives a nice feel. Yeah. No, so I think we'll end it there. Like I say, link in the description if you want to buy it. If it's still available, great. If not, you were too late. Until next time, see you later. Cheers, guys.